participating in, because your body was not designed for homosexual activity. So what you don't realize in just a few years, the doctors will tell you the same, that you'll be 18, 19, using Depends, using diapers, because you can't control your bodily functions. Young people need to hear the truth. You need to tell them the truth about pornography. I know it's accessible. I know that you can be clicking. The other day I was trying to click on Facebook and put too many C's in, and automatically girls start coming up with negligees and thongs on. I said, dog, I thought I was going on Facebook. I didn't know I was going to Hoochies R Us. But it's so accessible to you. And as parents, we got to be more involved in the internet life of our children. You can't just let them just stay on the internet for just hours at a time. It's too much to get into. Everything that you don't want to get your child to get into, they can get you on the internet. Everything that you try to keep them in the house from, they don't have to go outside. They can get into it on the internet. And see, young person that's dealing with pornography, young person that's trying to experiment with it, you don't know what you're looking at. The word porn is the Greek word for fornication. So you are looking at pictures, pornography, pictures of fornication. And what you don't realize is when you get hooked on that stuff, it messes up your mind. There are people, when they got married, that could not perform with their husbands or their wives because they did not want a woman or a man, their spouse, the one they loved. They could only be satisfied by what they saw on the internet. So do you want it to be that you wait, you keep yourself, or you do whatever? I don't know if you're gonna keep yourself watching pornography, but you don't want it to be that everybody's happy on your wedding day, and you get to the part that only married people are supposed to do, and you can't even enjoy it, and you're there to death. Do you call? It messes up your mind. We have to tell them the truth about sex. Paul said the body is not for fornication. He says that know you not that your body is the temple of the Holy Ghost. He says, listen, he says, and him who defiles the temple, God will destroy. And see, what we're seeing in the society today is God is destroying those who are defiling the temple. Because it used to be that you only have to worry about the big three: AIDS, syphilis, gonorrhea. Well, now there are 50 to 100 strains of just one sexually transmitted disease. And syphilis is getting resistant to the treatments that they used to give it. It's the BET tells us that if you have sex, you ought to just wrap it up. Y'all see those little campaigns on BET, wrap it up, put on a condom. But what they will tell you is the truth, that the AIDS virus, some strands of the AIDS virus is smaller than the pores in the condom. What Planned Parenthood will tell you is that there are some diseases that you can get that are transmitted from skin to skin contact, that are transmitted from who you kiss. They're transmitted from what fluids get on your body during the sexual intercourse escapade. So you thought because you wrapped it up, you were cool. But didn't know that, didn't understand what these little bumps were on your leg. See, now you're scared to tell your mama because you know she's going to ask you, what is this? One of the viruses that's most frequently transmitted to AIDS is HPV, or human papilloma virus, which causes warts, lesions, and cancer. 50% of African American teenagers have genital herpes. Half of all new chlamydia cases are diagnosed in girls ages 15 to 19. This is from Dr. Meg Meeker in her book, Sex is Killing Our Teens. she's not a doctor of religion, she's a pediatrician who wrote a book about what the concerns she was having with the teenagers that were coming into her practice. She tells a story about three people, one named Lori, who came to her, and when she came to, I'll say Lori for last, there was one named Alex who came to him, and Alex was suicidal because Alex found out he had genital herpes. He's a teenager. And he's suicidal. He wants to end his life because he realizes that he'll never have a normal life. I know when you watch those Valtrex commercials, they make life seem normal and fun. But I know people with genital herpes. I'm not one of them. But I know people with genital herpes. And please believe it is not a life of fun on the beach. Then there was this other young girl named Holly who had to have her cervix removed. This is a doctor talking about her patients. She had to have part of her cervix removed because it was cancerous from contracting HPV, human papillomavirus. Then my last person I'm going to talk about with her was a girl named Lori, who came with it about to die. They could not resuscitate her, didn't know what was wrong, and they just so happened to check her abdomen, her stomach, and when they found out her stomach, this true story, was full of pus because her cervix was infected with chlamydia, and she almost died. If they wouldn't have operated on her right then, Lori would have died. So you have to know, young people, the truth. You have to know the truth about teenage pregnancy. And see, we don't talk about teenage pregnancy anymore with African American young people or people in general. It's because unwed mothers and unwed children or children from illegitimate relationships is like a way of life for us. Everybody knows somebody who got somebody, baby mama, baby daddy, so we don't really talk about it. And there might be somebody here.